What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Anthony from Knicks Nation. I'm here joined by Chris. The New York Knicks have now won 3 straight games. They beat the San Antonio Spurs 117 to 114. Chris, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. Was a little nervous there at the end. Still a little nervous now for whatever reason, but Knicks pulled through.
Got a little dicey there at the end. Knicks, boy, they were pretty much giving the game away to the San Antonio Spurs tonight. Terrible possessions there. One by Julius Randle, where I guess he was trying to get the Spurs to foul him, didn't want to pass up the ball. Then another terrible shot there at the end. Spurs looked like they wanted no part of tonight's win. So, look, a win's a win for the New York Knicks, but they have to learn how to close out these games because, a game like tonight against a better opponent, Chris, the Knicks may have not been on the winning end. So, but, a win's a win. And shout out to the all-star stud point guard from the New York Knicks, Mr. Jalen Brunson himself. Chris, what a game from JB, man.
Yeah. What can you say about Brunson? I mean, without Brunson, there's no way we win this game. As bad as the San Antonio Spurs are, we needed every single point from Jalen Brunson, and tonight he had 38. Very efficient shooting from JB.
Yeah. 38 points, career high 38 points. Obviously, he dropped 40 plus in the playoffs, but they don't count that against their book. So, career high 38 points for Jalen Brunson, 6 of 6, 7 rebounds, plus 14, 17 of 27. You could tell that he wanted some revenge here. Spurs beat the Knicks, last week? Was it last week or a couple of weeks ago? But
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson came out tonight and pretty much dominated all games. Spurs did not have an answer for him. He was weaving in and out the paint, hitting his threes. And, I mean, it's good to have Jalen Brunson back, Chris. And Knicks needed this win, 3 in a row now. So, JB, boy, all-star.
Yes, let's get him in. Him and Randall, right? That's our two all-stars right there. It seems like it's trending in that direction. What more can you say about Brunson? For those that think he's overpaid, clearly he's not. And he just killed the Spurs tonight with that footwork in the paint, just creating for others. He brought it all tonight, and we definitely needed it, every single bit of it.
Definitely did. Jalen Brunson also tonight, what did he shoot from the line? A lot of Knicks. The Knicks as a team shot 65% from the free throw line, 17 and 26. That's been harping them lately, Chris. And, these free throws have been killing them as a team. Late down the stretch, this game should have not even been close. Knicks hit their free throws. Evan Fournier missed a key one there at the end. Brunson tonight missed 2 free throws. Julius Randle missed 5. So, free throws are it is. I mean, it seems like every year we go through this, Chris. This team is, hit or miss when it comes to free throws. It's frustrating as a fan watching the game and they're missing these free throws, but, they pulled out with a victory. 65% from the line is still poor, but Julius Randle, again, Chris, he wasn't efficient tonight, but still managed to drop 25 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 4 blocks, plus 9. 1 of 8 from 3. His three-point shot wasn't falling tonight, but he did in that third quarter make some really tough shots. And, Julius Randle continues to shine, and he just has been playing great for the New York Knicks.
Yeah, I mean Julius had a rough game. He still had a pretty decent offensive scoring output. He did take a lot of shots, tough shots at that. I mean, what I did like was Julius did warm up a bit towards the end of the game, and you could tell he was hard on himself. He was yelling at himself, hitting himself in the
Yeah.
head, especially after that buzzer beater he hit at the end of the third. You could tell he wanted to shoot better, perform better, more efficiently. But you still like to see Julius out there hustling. There's a few times he hustled and created a turnover, things like that. And I'll take it. Julius has been fantastic for us with when JB has been out, when RJ being out as well. And I'll give him a pass for tonight. He didn't have a terrible game, but a lot of people are usually rough on Randall. I think he had a fine game. I can't get on him too much.
No, yeah. 25, dropped 25 points. He wasn't efficient once again, but he was dominant. with the with in that I believe it was the third quarter where he just kept shooting like back to back shots and the Spurs didn't have an answer. Spurs tonight, they gave it, a hell of a ride. Keldon Johnson on their end, 26.7, only 7 to 16 from the field. Efficient night for him. Keldon Johnson's a nice player. Then you had Zach Collins. I didn't know Zach Collins was this nice. Apparently, he's a good player. 16 points, 2 of 2 from 3. Spurs shot 39% from 3 tonight, 11 to 28, 80% from the line. Doug McDermott, the corpse of Doug McDermott, just keeps getting it done, man. Former Knick, Doug McDermott, man. I mean, he's 31. He's 31 years old, which is kind of nuts. I would have thought he would be older, but Doug McDermott was also killing the Knicks tonight from 3. And Josh Richardson. I mean, Spurs had a lot of guys that just came in the game and was dropping buckets on the New York Knicks. On the Knicks side, if it wasn't for Jalen Brunson willing them to a victory, I believe in the fourth quarter he had back-to-back tough shots and pretty much sealed the game. And if it wasn't for him, obviously you had Quentin Grimes, 37 minutes tonight, 14 points. But Jalen Brunson was the ultimate X factor tonight. And yeah, man, shout out to Jalen Brunson. It's good to have him back. It's good to have him back, man.
Yep, 100% Jalen Brunson. Again, without him tonight, we don't win this game. And it just seemed like, one of those classic games where an ex-Knick comes in and just shows off, And not for nothing, McDermott didn't really do it all with the 3-ball. He was driving in, getting those backdoor cuts. Even had a poster slam on Sims.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
Which was disgusting because where the hell was this when he was with the Knicks, Maybe he'd still be on the Knicks if he played like that. Yeah. But what can we say? Knicks got the win. A little sloppy of a game as far as defensively went, but at least we're on the winning side.
Jay Tucker in the chat, this almost made me cry. Yeah, man, at the end there, it was pretty dicey at the end, and it was dicey. And if the Knicks lost this game, I mean, oh God, good thing they didn't win. I mean, one of those games where we thought at the end, like, here we go again, back-to-back terrible possessions there in the fourth quarter, and, terrible. Tyler in the chat, these late game free throws are going to be going to be the death of me. You and me both, Tyler. I mean, I don't understand it. I don't know the jitters of Madison Square Garden, maybe, or, I go back to the Chicago game, the missed free throws, the Dallas game, the missed free throws, tonight, the missed free throws. Granted, we won, but, got to clean that up, Chris. I mean, eventually, I keep saying eventually, it has been haunting the New York Knicks, these free throws, and, got to clean it up.
Yeah, I mean, I think at one point when Brunson missed, I think one of the last free throws he took, he was upset. You could see him cursing. I mean, you could hear him cursing on the broadcast and everything, and you could tell this is something that's been hammered into these guys. You got to get your free throws to go down. And I don't know what it is. It just seems like lately, the Knicks cannot hit free throws consistently. And these are players that are, on the high 80s, Quickly, Brunson. I know Julius is not historically a great free throw shooter, but we usually don't see him struggle this badly, missing, leaving 5 points.
5 points on the board, yeah.
So I don't know what it is, but the Knicks, they must be in their heads when it comes to free throws, but hopefully they can right it because, if the Knicks hit a couple more free throws tonight, it's not even we're not sweating it out, basically.
Yeah, Deontay in the chat says, I miss RJ. Neighbors, let's go Knicks. Yeah, in the second quarter especially, Knicks came into the second quarter with a 10-point lead, and then the bench unit quickly gave that up. Obviously, RJ Barrett is a big catalyst in terms of scoring the rock for that second unit, and they missed him there. Second unit tonight didn't really provide much for the New York Knicks. Obviously, Obi Toppin was available. It's strange. Obi Toppin went from doubtful to questionable to available, and he got a DNP. So I don't think that's, much to do with, I think that's much to do with his knee injury. Maybe coach doesn't want to risk it. I don't think Obi Toppin is out of the rotation. Next game, if Obi doesn't play, I think we can have a talk about that, Chris. But I think tonight was just precautionary for Obi.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I would have loved to see Obi out there, but I think it's the same thing, precautionary. Who knows? Maybe he didn't get a full practice in or something like that.
Yeah,
And when it comes to Tibbs, if you don't practice, if you don't play well in practice or practice at all, you're not playing. So
yeah,
uh, we'll see. Next game, hopefully he's out there.
yeah. L1 Bird. If only Luca know how to cut his fingernails, we'll be able to close these games out easier with RJ Barrett. Yeah, I mean, if you watch the video, I believe RJ Barrett actually cut himself. If you watch it closely, but yeah, RJ Barrett is missed dearly. Come back soon, RJ Barrett. Um, got a Donovan Mitchell comment here, 71 point. I mean, come on, I don't want to bring that up, but yeah, uh, big game tonight for Randall. Big game tonight for Brunson. You know, I tweeted something tonight, Chris, about Quentin Grimes being more involved in the offense, and I honestly think that the Knicks need to start getting Grimes more involved in this offense, get him more shots, or more pick and rolls. I mean, his movement without the ball is elite, and his playmaking ability is also amazing. And I just think that the Knicks need to, run some more things for Quentin Grimes, because I do think he's an X factor. And most of the time he's just standing there in the corner, not doing much. And I don't want to see that with Grimes. He has tremendous potential, and I just want to see them utilize him more.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, even tonight, you saw there was times where Brunson or Randall, they were running their pick and roll game, their two man, and it got blown up. And somehow the ball found its way to Grimes with 5-6 seconds left on the shot clock, and he
Yeah.
literally penetrated into the paint and either create a good look for somebody else, or he was taking it to the rim and finishing. So I agree. I mean, I think it's a waste to have Grimes just spot up in a corner. I know he's a good 3-point shooter and all, but I feel like they can do so much more if they just, design a couple plays for him, Kind
Yeah.
of like what the Spurs were doing with McDermott. Wouldn't you like to see a Grimes coming off a screen like that, pulling up for a three, or hell, just read and react off of that screen.
I mean, the frustrating thing is to me that we see that at times. It's just the Knicks, obviously you have Randall taking over games and Brunson. Those two are pretty much dominant on the ball, and they need the ball to score. But obviously we've seen that from Grimes, where during this stretch he's actually been shooting the three really well. And I don't know, maybe that's just me nitpicking at things, but I just want to see more from Grimes. And I'm sure Knicks fans, you want to see more from Grimes. I'm sure people in the chat want to see more from Grimes. But, ever since that Dallas game where he dropped, 30 plus points in that Dallas game? I mean, come on now. Get my boy Quentin Grimes more involved.
Yep, I want that to be the case too. I mean, it's only better. It only gets better for us basically if there's more guys out there that can score outside of Brunson and Randall. I
Yeah.
feel when the Knicks go into that isolation mode, we kind of become too predictable, and it's easier for the other team to lock us down on defense. They basically know, all right, let's stop Randall and let's stop Brunson. If you add more guys to that, the better chances we got to keep other teams on their feet and cause more havoc on the offensive end.
Yup. Three in a row now for the New York Knicks after losing two in the Texas Triangle. We have wins versus San Antonio, and this was a game where the Knicks needed to win because the Spurs are not a great team, and Houston is not a great team. They beat them, and who's the other team that's escaping me that they beat? Houston, San Antonio,
Um,
and wow, and the Suns. Suns. There we go.
yes.
Houston, San Antonio, and the Suns. They have now won three in a row after dropping five straight L's. And, game against the Raptors coming up. Raptors are a scrappy team. Another revenge game, Chris. Raptors came into Madison Square Garden and beat them a couple of weeks ago. So I believe the New York Knicks are going to be pretty up for the challenge, and as they should. So gotta take care of these wins. Tough stretch here coming up. You have the Raptors. Then hold on, let me pull up the schedule. Raptors, Milwaukee, Indiana, Washington, Detroit. Not a tough stretch. I'm sorry, I lied. I thought it was a tough stretch. These next two games are tough, but after that, Indiana, Washington, Detroit, Toronto, Washington, Atlanta, Toronto. Wow, the Knicks play Toronto 3 times in the month of January.
Wow.
That's pretty insane, you know.
Yeah, I mean, outside of the Bucks and maybe you could say Washington, they are playing better as of late. But
Porzingis.
yep, the KP tour, right? He's gonna try to go off on the Knicks.
Yeah,
Yeah, outside of that, I mean, games that the Knicks should be able to win, and for those that are tough, they should be competing.
should be. Washington, as you said, are playing better. Porzingis, I believe, was named the player of the week, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Porzingis is playing well over there. So, you know, got to beat these teams, though, that you're supposed to beat. Hopefully, RJ Barrett can get back. Hopefully, Obi Toppin can get back in this rotation. And, yeah, I mean, he's in the rotation. Hopefully, he can get a few practices under him. But I'm saying, Chris, if Obi Toppin next game, if he doesn't play, we can have a conversation, man.
Oh man, you're gonna have me sweating here.
We have that. I mean,
Obi's good. Obi's good. He's in the rotation. He's not in the Cam Reddish black hole, so he's fine.
all right, all right, all right. I believe you. Tyler in the chat, I think the Knicks jump back to the 6th seed. Indiana lost tonight. That's good news. Always good news jumping up in the standings. You know, let me pull it up. Yep, Knicks are in the 6th seed. Indiana lost. They're now tied with the Pacers, both with a record of 21-18 on the season. The Knicks are 10-10 at home. 500 team at home, Chris. You know, gotta maintain these victories at home, man. It's really important. The Knicks are 11-8 on the road, 10-10 at home, which is killing them. It's just killing them. Home cooking at Madison Square Garden hasn't been here this season. Hopefully, tonight's win, along with the Suns' win, and hopefully we can gain some momentum.
Yeah, it'd be nice for us to build on this. I mean, 3-game win streak, and definitely we have to do better at home and protect home court. From the beginning of the season, we've been stating that that's a priority. The Knicks have to play better at home and defend home court, and that's the key to being a good team and to getting into the playoffs. You got to take care of business at home. It's nice to
Yeah.
be at 500, all considering, but let's string a win streak at the Garden.
Got to. Brooklyn Nets are about to finally lose to the Chicago Bulls. They're losing right now 121 to 112. Sorry for the sidetrack. I just had to get that out there. Yeah.
Hey, 32 seconds. It's a lot of time.
And Nicola had 32 seconds down by 9. I mean, anything can happen, right? Jesus. Jesus. You just have to remind me every post game. You just have to remind me about the Dallas game. Every single one.
Still going through it.
Deontay in the chat. We're going for 14 wins straight. We tasted happiness with the 8-game winning streak, but true Warriors win 14 in a row. Yeah, man. Just got to take it one game at a time, and hopefully we can get there. Hopefully we can win 14 in a row. Music to my ears. I hope the Knicks win 14 in a row. Anything else stood out to you tonight, Chris? Mitchell Robinson. We got to talk about him first. You know, foul trouble game with Mitchell Robinson. He was in foul trouble most of the game. All night he was getting calls with these ticky-tack fouls. But, you know, he was in foul trouble, didn't really gain. I think that's another reason why the Knicks couldn't really gain a rhythm, you know, offensively at times tonight. Mitchell Robinson is obviously a big piece for the team and just got himself in foul trouble, Chris, tonight. And, you know, just one of those games for Mitch.
Yeah, Mitch was definitely one that I wanted to touch on. And I think you summed it up pretty well. I mean, when Mitch is able to stay on the floor and provide that defensive presence for us, he's the difference between the Knicks going on being able to get consistent stops on defense and going on a run versus, what you got tonight, which is basically, 4-point lead basically throughout the entire game. It sucked because Mitch just seemed to, whenever he got into the game, he would just 2 fouls here, like almost back to back. And
Yeah.
he didn't stay on the court much, 13 minutes tonight. And I'm surprised they just didn't leave him out there to foul out. Basically, I mean, it was kind of insane the ticky tacky fouls that he got, but it seems like he has that rep with the refs almost. They almost certainly call some ticky tacky stuff
Yeah,
like.
some of those fouls were, fouls though. You know, some of them were ticky tack, but I think Tyler nailed it. Mitch didn't look right mentally tonight. He just couldn't get it going with the fouls. He didn't. And it's, and once he gets into foul trouble, it kills his confidence. And Mitch Robinson tonight only finished with 4 points, 5 rebounds, 1 offensive rebound, 5 fouls. Seems like Tom Thibodeau was fed up with him. That's why he went with Jericho Sims there at the end. Jericho Sims, provided solid minutes, 7 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds for Jericho Sims in 22 minutes. A little bit more playing time for Sims because of the Mitchell Robinson foul trouble. Isaiah Hartenstein also contributed with 19 minutes, 5 rebounds, 8 points. It's going to be really interesting, when Obi gets inserted into this rotation, where the Knicks go.
Yeah, I mean, you got to say he's taking those Fournier minutes, right? I mean, Fournier had a very Fournier.
Fournier or Sims?
I'm thinking right now he would have to take Fournier's minutes, right?
Yeah, that's what I would think too, but you never know with Tom Thibodeau. Mitch, Deontay in the chat, Mitch is such a presence that coach and opposite teams game plan on getting monster Mitch on balance. Yeah, teams are game planning around Mitchell Robinson. He's such a dominant force on the offensive boards. And, once he gets into foul trouble, it throws the Knicks off their game. So just one of those games for Mitchell Robinson that he wasn't there, mentally. And he'll bounce back, though. I don't have any issues with Mitch tonight. But, yeah, I do think that when Obi Toppin gets inserted into rotation, I do think he's going to take – I don't know. You think it's – I don't think it's Evan Fournier because Tom Thibodeau likes Fournier shooting now that Barrett's out, So I do think it's going to be Ihart or Sims. Pick your poison.
That's true.
And I can make a case that Jericho Sims has been playing better than Isaiah Hartenstein. So,
Yeah,
if Obi comes back, I can make a case that Isaiah Hartenstein should be the odd man out.
I could see it either way. Actually, I mean, I was leaning towards Fournier only because Obi can shoot the ball. He can space the floor a bit.
Yeah.
And for nights like this, when Mitchell Robinson is in foul trouble, I think that's kind of why Tibbs would like to have three centers. Just to have that break glass. If Mitch has 5 fouls going into the second or third quarter, he can go to a Sims and he can go to an iHeart lineup.
Yeah.
But then again, like you said, Obi, he is a forward, so you could go either way.
You could. It's going to be really interesting to see. Hopefully we can find that out during the next game at Toronto. Obi Toppin is obviously healthy enough to play now. It's good to see that his knee healed up. It's weird because we didn't really hear anything, with him practicing, returning to practice. He just was all of a sudden doubtful, then questionable, then returned to action. But he didn't play tonight, but good to see Obi Toppin, in playing close, on the bench. Yeah. Go ahead.
It was getting kind of strange there with no news on Obi until recently, like you said, that going from out to doubtful, and then next thing you know, he's active. But
Yeah.
they were starting to scare me, man. Who knows? That's when you get those weird little breaking news. Obi Toppin out for the season or something. So it's good to see him back on the bench.
Yeah, obviously you had those rumors last week of Obi, I don't know if that maybe played into it, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see next game. Hopefully Obi Toppin comes back. Hopefully, we're just overreacting. Deontay in the chat, they're boosting trade value for Evan. Obi needs them minutes. Salute. Yeah, man. Obi definitely needs them minutes. I do think Evan Fournier is going to be expendable. Obviously, you have Cam Reddish going to be expendable at the deadline. Derrick Rose. Those guys I think are going to be on the outside looking in. They're on the outside looking in. I think they're going to be dealt. And what the Knicks get in return for them, we shall see. We shall see. Derrick Rose was out again with a sore knee. So you had Emmanuel Quickley back in the starting lineup again. And Good game from IQ. 15 points, 6 to 13 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. He's creating his shot. I even saw a mid-range pull-up jump shot tonight from Manuel quickly.
Yeah.
His game has really been impressive, Chris, over this last month, really. And, Manuel quickly just keeps on doing it, man.
Yeah, quickly had a really solid game. Um, and again, he's just showing you a little bit of everything. 8 boards, for a smaller
Yeah.
guy. 5 assists. He got a steal in there. And his 3-point shot wasn't falling the way he'd like it tonight. But again, not letting that get to him, attacking, getting others involved, and a nice game overall for quickly. It just shows you how far he's come as a player.
Yeah. Yep. Shout out to IQ, man, working on that game. 8 rebounds for IQ. I believe he's like, 6'1", 6'2". He's listed at 6'3", but I don't think he's 6'3". Yeah, man, IQ doing this thing. And, got dicey there at the end, pulled out. Let's look at the team stats. Let's compare the team stats tonight. What stood out tonight? Rebounds. Knicks had 47 rebounds compared to 38. Seems like every game, Chris, they're out rebounding the opponent by double digits. Tonight they rebounded the Spurs by 9. And every game I come look at this free throw percentage, and it's just not great. 65% from the Knicks, and got to clean that up, man. 3-point percentage, Knicks were missing pretty much from 3 tonight, 32% from 3. Nothing really assists. Spurs had 25 assists. They were sharing the ball a lot. Knicks only had 16. But win's a win. 52 points in the paint. Got to get the dub. Got to get the dub. You got the dub. So, Deontay in the chat. Truly, I don't know what they're doing with Cam. It's clear what they're doing with Cam. I mean, Cam he's on the outside looking in right now. And, I think he's gone, man. I do.
Yeah, I think Mike Breen said it, or maybe Walt said it on the telecast. He was like, basically, hey, if you get into Tibbs' doghouse, it's damn hard to get out of it. And for whatever reason, Cam is there, and I don't know. I don't think he ever gets out of it. I think his days are numbered as a Knick, and they're just waiting for that trade deadline to move him to whoever's interested.
Yeah. Whoever's interested, somebody's going to be interested in Cam. So, just have to wait and see regarding Cam Reddish. I know a lot of fans are upset by it. I don't get it. Chris doesn't get it. But, it's out of our control. We can only just speculate on what's going to happen. So, yeah, man, Julius Randle, Chris. I mean, not many power forwards in the NBA playing like Julius Randle. He's playing like a, best power forward in the NBA. So, I mean, I don't want to go down the list of power forwards, but he's just playing like one of the best. He should be an all-star tonight. He should be an all-star this year. And he's playing like an all-star. And, it's great to see him back mentally. Tonight, he was, he even had a chase down block tonight. He chased down the block. He ran it down. And that's the effort we want to see from Julius. And he's been playing great. Jalen Brunson looks healthy now these last couple of games. You see what he can do healthy. Career high 38 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. So, good game all around, man.
Yeah, Julius. Where would you rank him? As far as power forwards go. At this time, he's playing out of his mind. Granted, tonight he wasn't as efficient, but still put up the numbers you like to see. His hustle on defense was there. I personally think he's going to get an all-star nod for us. That stretch he's been having is just amazing. And, he's definitely, a top 10, right?
I just found something. I'm on sportingnews.com, and they ranked power forwards. They ranked all the power forwards before the season started, and Julius Randle is ranked 16th out of 16 power. He's ranked 16th. And let me name some of you the names that are ahead of Julius Randle. And you tell me.
Last year, right?
What?
This is based off the prior season, I'm assuming?
No, this is 2022.
Oh.
This
Okay.
is the beginning of this season. I think before the season started, on October 6th, they ranked power forwards in the NBA. And here are some of the names they have ranked ahead of Julius Randle. They have Jeremiah Grant in Portland. You think he's better than Julius Randle?
Nah, not right now.
Not right now. No, I agree. Dorian Finney-Smith at number 14 on the Dallas Mavericks. They have ranked ahead of
No way.
Julius Randle. Aaron Gordon
No.
in Denver.
Nope.
John Collins. No, right?
I mean, if you just take what Julius is putting up and you put those stats on those teams would be destroying people, considering what they got. You know?
Yeah, so far they have Jeremiah Grant, Dorian Finney-Smith. This is before the season. So Aaron Gordon, John Collins, Evan Mobley in Cleveland. Do you think he's better than Julius Randle? Right now? No, he's not.
No, not right now.
Even though he had a game winner.
The potential, I guess you could say, he might be at some point, but as of right now, no way.
Scotty Barnes, they have at number 10. Not right now. He's not better than Julius Randle. Al Horford on Boston, they have at number 9, ranked ahead of Julius Randle before the season.
No.
No. Jaren Jackson Jr., Memphis. Not right now.
He just recently came back.
He did. He got hurt off season. I believe he had a surgery and then he came back, but
Yeah, no.
not right now. Julius Randle is better than Jaren Jackson. Draymond Green, they have ranked ahead of Julius Randle. Not right now.
No, not from an offensive standpoint. At least you could say defensively, but
Yeah, Al Horford. Come on now. They put Al Horford in front of Julius Randle before the season. Terrible. Disgraceful.
yeah, no.
Zion Williamson.
Yeah, man.
I mean, yes, that's the first one I look at, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah, that
Even though
that
he's hurt.
I know he missed a lot of time, and yeah, he got hurt again. But when he is on the court, he is a force on both ends.
Yes. So far, before the season, this is Sporting News. They had Jeremiah Grant ahead of Randall, Dorian Finney-Smith, Aaron Gordon, John Collins, Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, Al Horford, Jaren Jackson Jr., Draymond Green. All those guys, I think Julius Randle is better than right now at this moment. The only guy I say Zion Williamson, but he just got a hamstring injury. He's out for like a few weeks. So Karl Anthony Towns, not right now, even though he's hurt. Anthony Davis, he's hurt right now. Obviously, and then you have Giannis and KD. So
Yeah,
right now I put Julius Randle up there, man. He's top 3, top 4, top.
you could
He's
definitely
balling,
argue
man.
Carl Towns being hurt. I know he puts up numbers and all that, but same thing with Anthony Davis. Hurt. He was putting up some good numbers before he got hurt, but before that, he was dreadful. I mean,
Yeah.
hell, the Lakers were looking at one point to possibly add Julius to that mix. So, right now, yeah, you can make an argument. Randall's top 5, top 3 power forward in the league.
Yeah. Do you have in the chat? Oh, sorry.
The way he's been playing right now, guys.
Yeah, right now. Father Time Al Horford is better than Randall. What pixie dust they on? Yeah, man. They put Al Horford in front of Julius Randle before the season. I'm sure whoever wrote that is probably,
I'm sure that was all the hype on that run that they made, late.
Yeah.
When he went back to Boston. So
Yeah. Okay, I just pulled up player efficiency rating qualified power forwards in the NBA right now. And right now, there are 8 players in front of Julius Randle in terms of efficiency. And those 8 players are Jaren Jackson Jr., Laurie Marketing, Pascal Siakam, Sabonis, Zion, KD, Giannis, and Anthony Davis. So that's in terms of efficiency. So, Julius Randle, I'll take him over marketing. I'll take him over Jaren Jackson right now, even though Jaren Jackson is younger than him. I like Jaren Jackson. That's kind of tough. I do.
Yeah.
And Siakam, it's hard to say when Siakam dropped 50 plus in the Garden, but Siakam is also young and he's also improved every single year. Sabonis, give me Julius Randle all day, every day, man.
Yeah, I say the same. I mean, all these guys, don't get me wrong, all these players are good players around him in these rankings. It's just we've seen it. When Julius gets on the tear like he is, it's just almost every night you can bank on him scoring 25 or more. And, he's a double-double machine. So there's not a lot of guys consistently bringing that outside of, those around him in the top 10.
Yep. Found another website that has Tobias Harris, that had Tobias Harris ranked over Randle before the season. And, Randle's been playing out of his mind. It's good to see Julius Randle coming to his own. So, yeah, man, next game is versus the Toronto Raptors. Going to be a tough matchup, Chris. And just have to continue doing what they've been doing, Brunson and Julius Randle. And hopefully Obi can get in the rotation. Make your damn free throws, man. Stop pissing us off with these damn free throws. Tired of this.
Take care of business at the line. They're free throws for a reason. They're free. So please make them. And let's get some revenge on Toronto. They I don't want to see Siakam dropping another 40, 50 points on us. So hopefully the Knicks continue the streak and let's keep building from this. Let's get another 8-game win streak going.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. All right, babe. Let's go Knicks. Gonna end this post game now. So it's getting kind of crazy here. It's 10:42 at night. I gotta go to bed. So appreciate you guys in the chat, Deontay, Tyler, all you guys, Buzzbeater. As always, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel, join the family. Apple, Spotify, we're on everything. So just hit that subscribe button. Once again, I'm Anthony from Knicks Chasing. That is Chris, and we'll be back next time. Peace.